And good afternoon. Welcome to, shall we say, the evening game here at Vista Peak High School. And we are in game 2, and this is the championship game. And this will be the finale, if you will, for the Bash tournament. This has been a tournament that has been kind of a mixture of two different leagues, if you will. It has been standard high school teams that are in different leagues altogether. It could be a Connie Mac team, it could be a club team, and then the American Legion teams are also involved in the games. And of course, the championship round is about to begin here momentarily. As we just saw, some very good ball games. George Washington outlasting a very good Aurora Renegade. Final score was 5-4, finishing that one out. And in the game before, we had another team, Skyview, that ended up winning 11-5 to get into this championship game. They're playing for trophy, for pride, and of course, they're going to have some pizza that's going on. The key for today's game, good pitching. We saw that in the last couple of games. Good defense is very important, taking advantage of other teams' mistakes. And, of course, offense, getting on base with fundamental baseball, moving the players over with bunts, good stealing. We saw some very good aggressive play by several teams here this afternoon. And you can see the teams that will be playing will be the Skyview Academy against George Washington here on the game of the week in the finale. We will be covering several different things here as far as the numbers are concerned for the teams. You can see the umpires are about set. We're going to give you the starting lineups. For the Skyview Hawks, it is Josh Nelson playing second. He will be batting first. Dylan Guggenmoss will be catching. He's number 6. He will be batting second. Shortstop Joseph Pippin batting third. The pitcher Gabe Nelson batting fourth. Dane Hopkins playing first base, batting fifth. Left fielder Andrew Pippin, he will be batting sixth. And third baseman Tristan Turacek will be batting seventh. Center fielder Ryan Guerin, he will be batting eighth. And then the final batter will be Tom Hefner playing in right field. And it is Skyview that will be the home team going out first. It'll be Gabe Nelson, of course, starting. Starting batting lineups and also the lineups here for George Washington. It is Evan Strand. He will be the shortstop, followed by Tyler Ray, who's playing left field. Noah Corton playing center field. It'll be Henry Hoffman at first base. It'll be Michael Goober, who is the designated hitter. Bobby Aberta, he is the right fielder. It is Quentin Crum, he is catching this afternoon. It is Brandon Elias batting eighth, and he is second baseman. And Lyman Sneed, he is the third baseman batting ninth. And on the mound will be Austin Ray, the pitcher. So you can see this has been very competitive here so far in this game, in this tournament, which started on Thursday. We're going to cover a lot of that. Most of the players coming into the league will be freshmen and sophomores in high school. In fact, a lot of them are literally just finishing up the 8th grade. And coaches look at this as a valuable learning experience, playing in tournaments and league play throughout the summer. We had a chance to talk with Coach Scott Bullock of Rocky Mountain, and he commented that American Legion baseball is very good prep time and a table setter for his teams, which enter in the following spring. So they look at this time as very, very valuable for getting their teams ready in the spring. And as you saw, Rocky Mountain went to the finals, and they actually split and ended up losing, but they won the first game in the championship for the 5A. So very well prepared. They had a number of very good seniors there that finished it out, and several that are going college baseball. Our hats off to and great job of organizing the Bash this year by veterans from the American Legion squad. And now we're talking about Barry Fiore and Wally Weld. 32 teams participating at 4 different high schools, including Smoky Hill, Eagle Crest, Littleton, and of course here at Vista Peak High School. And all the different age groups have been represented. So we have a lot more information that we're going to be covering here, but we're ready to get this one underway here from Vista Peak. And it will be starting it off will be Evan Strand, the shortstop, followed by Tyler Ray, and then it's Noah Corchin. First pitch on the way, going to be low and in the dirt, so it's ball 1. Good to have you along here on the game of the week. This is the finals. The Bash is the name of this tournament. It's an invitational tournament pretty much for any team that wants to come in. It's not restricted by league. 1-0 pitch is fouled away. Count evens at 1-1. So Strand already showing some competitiveness here. This should be very interesting. We saw a very competitive game in the last game, literally going down to the final outs, and it looked like Aurora was going to come back and just couldn't finish it strong in the final inning there in the final outs, but really made a nice run coming from behind by several runs, and the final score on that was 5-4. Mike Ray along with Joe Ortner, Josh Duncan, Warren Ray bringing it to you. Good to have you along. Today's game sponsored by Colorado American Legion Baseball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch is hit, and it's hit hard. Center fielder coming in, going to drop for a base hit. So opening it up is Strand with the first hit of the afternoon. Coming to the plate will be Tyler Ray, the left fielder. We saw some great plays being made by George Washington in the last game to hold off Aurora Renegades, and there was some great plays in the infield, outfield, and some very good pitching performances here this afternoon. So you can see the cat and mouse gets away from the catcher, so the runner advances to second, rounding second. So George Washington with a huge opportunity here to get on the scoreboard first. What is it with George Washington? We had a chance to call their basketball team, very competitive on the varsity level. Several players that were sophomores and juniors on their high school basketball team already set to go play college basketball. So you will see a cat and mouse game at second. 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody out, man on second. Next pitch is going to be outside. Being a little bit tentative so far is the pitcher, Gabe Nelson, for Skyview. Very excited. We had a chance to talk to several of the players, had interviews afterwards, and of course Ben Nelson coaching. Very excited to be here. Bunt attempt, and we'll see if it is fair. Going to first, see if they get it in time, and he's safe. So very nicely executed fundamental baseball we're seeing here by George Washington, getting the bunt down, getting the single, and now you have men at the corners at first and third. Coming to the plate is Noah Corton. He is the center fielder. Today's game also brought to you by Crepes and Creams in the Westlake Shopping Center in Greeley. Savory crepes, dessert crepes, yummy ice cream, open till 7 o'clock tonight in Greeley at the Westlake Shopping Center. So men at the corners, nobody out. Looking double play, looking force. They will hold the runner at third on a ground ball. There comes the bunt attempt. Taken for a strike. Runner advances to second. So catcher not going. Understandably does not want to be lured into a play where the run scores. Next pitch is just missing outside, and the count goes to 1-1. So Nelson being careful here, already touched up for a nice bunt single, and then of course the old-fashioned single, sending it out to center field. So you have men at second and third. Pitch just missing. Must have been a little bit low, so the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. So the key here is you want to hold them at third on the ground ball, preventing the run from scoring. Next pitch is low. Count goes to 3-1. Washington very aggressive on the base paths, and as we've seen in this tournament, have put up a lot of numbers as far as the offense is concerned. Very aggressive with the bats as well. 3-1 pitch on the way, walks him, so the bases are loaded. In the league so far, and we're talking about D League, and we're also talking about American Legion, leading the way in the Metro League is Rock Canyon. The Jaguars are 2-0 early in this season. Eagle Crest, our post 1, is 2-1. And Vista Peak, the D League, they are 0-3. For the Northern League in D League, Valley is leading, tied, if you will, with Fairview. Valley is 1-0 so far. Fairview is 2-0. Platte Valley Broncos are 0-1. So far, we have not seen any games listed for Brush, Yuma, Fort Morgan, Niwot, and Eaton yet to play. And the Colorado Chaos are 0-2 so far in this season. So conference over on the mound, and stepping up to the plate will be Henry Hoffman, the first baseman. Bases are loaded. Big opportunity here for the cleanup hitter. Nelson delivers, fouled away. The count is 0-1. So understandably, you have a force at any play, any bag. And Nelson's going to be very careful here. He's not going to give him anything too good to hit. They will be looking a force play, double play coming home first. 0-1 pitch. You can see the runner coming, and they've got him picked off, and they decide not to go back to third. For some reason, the catcher did not make the play at third. It looked like it was a suicide squeeze, but the bunt was not laid down, and George Washington getting a break there. For some reason, the catcher did not make the play. So there's 2 strikes, no balls. Bases are loaded. Missing an opportunity to get the lead runner. It's going to be cued, and the first baseman comes up with it, trying to get the force at first, but the runner gets back, so there's 1 down on the fly ball. So good play by the first baseman for Skyview. Dane Hopkins, you could see watching the runner and making darn sure that he didn't advance. So there's 1 down. Stepping to the plate will be Michael Goober. He is the designated hitter. First pitch inside for a ball, and it's 1-0. A lot of these players, you look at the size of these players, and I had a chance to talk with some of them for both Skyview. Haven't had a chance to talk to George Washington players yet. 1-0 pitch, taken for a strike, and it's now 1-1. Hovering around 6 feet, 6'1", 6'2", and I said, what are your ages? I mean, what are you, sophomore, junior? A lot of them said, nope, we're going to be freshmen this year. Next pitch going to be a slow roller. Nelson going to go to the plate, going to look for to go 2, going to be high, and they get the double play. A huge play by Nelson going back home to the catcher. The catcher takes it to first, gets the double play, and the bases are left loaded. So after a half an inning, there's no score here from Vista Peak, and they say good defense, good pitching wins ball games. We'll see if that is the prescription here this afternoon. So we're going to take a break. You're watching the Game of the Week here on Radioactive 24/7 Sports. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Vista Peak High School. This is the Invitational, the Bash tournament, sponsored by American Legion Baseball. And as you can see, there's no score as we are in the bottom half of the first inning. Coming to the plate and leading it off for Skyview will be Josh Nelson, followed by Dylan Guggenmoss, and then it's Joseph Pippin. So the challenge here for us this afternoon is battling the wind. Players seem to be handling it fairly well. So both teams coming off of wins here earlier today. George Washington over Aurora Renegades. Very competitive game. First pitch taken for a ball, and it's 1-0. So it's Nelson, Guggenmoss, and Pippin. Next pitch just going to be a little wide. It's now 2-0. So you can see Austin Ray being careful, being tentative in the first inning, doesn't want to get touched up. Took a little bit off, now goes to 3-0, just missing. Ray is a slow roller to the shortstop. Shortstop bobbles. Let's see if he can get it there in time. It's close, and they get him by a step. So close play, and hats off to the shortstop for George Washington, really sticking with the play, bobbling it. Came up, you could see that's Evan Strand with the throw and gets him by a step, so there's one down. So it's Guggenmoss who hit the big triple earlier. Stepping to the plate, chin music just misses him, so it's now 1-0. Followed by Joseph Pippin and potentially the pitcher Gabe Nelson. One out, bottom half of the first inning. Next pitch taken a little bit high and inside, and it's now 2-0. But some very good defensive play by Skyview to finish out the first inning without allowing a run. Next pitch waved at for a strike, and it's now 2-1. Took a little bit off. Two very good teams here in the final. 2-1 pitch on the way. And it looked like he hit him, so he will be awarded first base. So there's one down, one man on. Coming to the plate will be Joseph Pippin, followed by Gabe Nelson, the pitcher. Infield playing in, looking double play, looking force at second. A little bit high. It's 1 ball, no strikes. So far, you can see there's been kind of a rash, if you will, by Austin Ray going inside and high. Next pitch is fouled away, hit and run, so the runner will go back, meaning Guggenmoss. So the count evens at 1-1. Both teams looking to get an advantage here, get it early, get on the board quick, put some pressure on the defense of the other team, looking for holes, looking for weakness. Next pitch going to be hit up the middle. It's going to be a tough play. Nice play by the second baseman, not able to flip it back in time. So we'll call that a base hit. That was a clean shot, just not able to get it back in time. So now they're men on first and second, one out. Coming to the plate will be the pitcher, Gabe Nelson. Nelson with a good play, throwing it to home on the force play. And, of course, the catcher, Guggenmoss, taking it to first to finish out the top half of the inning. Next pitch is going to be high and inside, took a little bit off, and it's now 1-0. So men on first and second. Skyview looking to score first. Right fielder playing up, as is the rest of the infielder or outfielders. Left fielder playing a little more deeper, but the center fielder playing up. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. You're watching the Bash tournament Last year, there were 7 teams in the tournament. This year, 32. We'll give you some numbers here as far as how American Legion is doing as far as teams are concerned nationally, and it's huge. The program has really picked up. 3-0 pitch on the way, and it's a pop-up. Second baseman camping underneath it. Wind is swirling. Squeezes it for the second out. So some good pitching, forcing the pop-up by Austin Ray, and there's 2 down. Coming to the plate will be first baseman Dane Hopkin. Dane, as we saw, another big power hitter here for Skyview. He can send it out of here. First pitch took a little bit off, going to be outside, and it's 1-0. Really, you can see these 2 teams are about ready to explode here, just missing. Being a little bit tentative, feeling each other out as far as pitching. Next pitch going to be outside again, almost the same location, same result. It's 2 balls and no strikes. You can see cat and mouse at second. Next pitch is hit. It's hit to the left fielder. Left fielder coming in. Makes the catch for the final out. So some good pitching, good defensive play by both teams. And after 1 in the books, no score here from Vista Peak High School. You're watching the Bash Invitational, and we will take a timeout.
Make memories at your next party while making a statement for any occasion with a customized dessert from My 3 Cupcakes in Centennial.
I just called to say I love you.
Custom cakes, cookies, cupcakes, party sweets, and favors that are both mouth-watering and visual that will fit your budget. Email Nina at my3cupcakes@hotmail.com for a free estimate or find her on Facebook.
Welcome back to Vista Peak High School. It is the Bash Invitational. This is the championship round, and you are seeing Skyview against George Washington. And so far, what we've seen is good pitching and really some very good defensive work and some heads-up plays by both teams to prevent the other team from scoring. We saw that earlier when George Washington had an opportunity and they had bases loaded and couldn't get anybody in. And this is a very good hitting team. So really, this is going to come down to, as we mentioned at the beginning of this webcast, who's going to come up with the big plays defensively, because we know the bats are going to start exploding here fairly shortly. These 2 teams have put up a lot of numbers to get here. So Gabe Nelson finishing up his pitches, and we will get the next lineup here, the next wave, if you will, looking to try to get an advantage here early. If you're not familiar with American Legion and the baseball program, literally American Legion itself started in 1919 to assist veterans in transition coming back in for more, and they do so many things. Well, the baseball program started in 1925. We'll give you some more information in a minute. First pitch taken, and it's ball 1. So it's Bobby Abeta, followed by Quentin Crum, and it's Elias Brandon. 1-0 pitch watched for a ball 2, and it's now 2-0. American Legion has contributed so much to the communities in America. Many different programs that people are not aware of on what they do for the community and what they do for students. And there's a lot of money that is poured out in scholarships every year for students to go to college. 3-0 pitch taken for a strike on the outside corner. It's now 3-1. Program is really starting to thrive. You'd be amazed at some of the numbers we're going to give you nationally. Next pitch is ball 4. So it's an opening walk for Nelson and for George Washington, looking to try to get on the board here in the top half of the second inning. Mike Ray along with Josh Duncan, Joe Ortner on cameras, and Warren Ray doing the producing. Good to have you along. Again, we want to thank the sponsors here for providing here, primarily Colorado American Legion Baseball. Daniel Reyes, of course, the chairman. Lynn Peterson is the president. You have no idea the hours that go into organizing these tournaments. Barry Fiore, also one of the CALB members, along with Wally Weld, putting a lot of time to get this tournament going. So man on first, looking, there's the bunt attempt. It's a pop-up, and Guggenmoss makes a nice play, goes to first to try to get the force, but making a good play to get the first out. So right on it is Guggenmoss popping up out of his catcher's position, making the catch, and almost doubling up the runner at first. So coming to the plate is Brandon Elias, the second baseman. 1 out. Going to be a little nubber right to Nelson. Nelson going to get him at first, so there's 2 down. Runner advances to second. So some heads-up play by both teams looking to slow down any kind of attack that they're trying to muster up. Coming to the plate is Lyman Sneed, and he is the third baseman. We saw him in the previous game make a great stab at third base to get the runner for Aurora at first base by a couple, and this kid can play third base. I'm telling you, it takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Keep in mind, these are potentially some potential college players that you're seeing here in this webcast. 0-1 pitch taken for a strike, and quickly it's 0-2 with 2 down. Over 50% of Major League Baseball players over the history since 1925 have come or played from American Legion Baseball. Over 50%. Waved at, curveball, and he gets him for the strikeout. So some good pitching by Nelson, a good play by the catcher Guggenmoss, and that will do it after 1. So after 1 in the books, there is no score here at Vista Peak High School. We'll take a timeout.
Make memories at your next party while making a statement for any occasion with a customized dessert from My Three Cupcakes in Centennial.
I just called to say I love you.
Custom cakes, cookies, cupcakes, party sweets, and favors that are both mouth-watering and visual that will fit your budget. Email Nina at my3cupcakes@hotmail.com for a free estimate or find her on Facebook.
Welcome back to Vista Peak High School. We are entering in the bottom half of the second inning. really what we've seen is just some very good fundamental baseball. Good defense, good pitching. Has slowed down some attack of the hitting. We've seen a couple of hits here, but really some good fundamental baseball displayed by George Washington on bunt attempts, getting really a base hit a couple of times getting on. But some very good fielding that we've seen by Skyview to slow down the attack. So here we sit in the bottom half of the second inning. Mike Ray along with Joe Ortner, Josh Duncan, Warren Ray bringing it to you. Good to have you along. Championship round of the Invitational, the Bash Tournament. So coming to the plate will be Andrew Pippin, followed by Tristan Turacek, and it's Ryan Guerin. First pitch on the way, waved at for a strike, and it's 0-1. You can see Austin Ray now starting to settle down that first inning. Had trouble getting the location, was high and inside most of the way, just like that pitch. But they call a strike, so he must have hit the inside corner. Really, you can see has a lot of English. It looks like he's throwing a slider. And quickly it's 0-2. Another one. Fly ball hit to center field. Center fielder comes up, makes the catch for the first out. One thing we've noticed is the range of these outfielders for both teams. George Washington making some great plays in the outfield in the last game, as we just saw there. So there's one down. So Tristan Turacek coming to the plate. First pitch is in the dirt, so it's 1-0. Turacek in the last game hit a screaming double to the wall. Part of that rally to send Skyview into this championship. Next pitch taken for a strike. It's now 1-1. So there's one down. Next pitch is inside. Really likes that inside corner we're seeing working that is Austin Ray. Trying to slide one in there, literally using his slider. Next pitch is going to be another foul, so it evens the count at 2-2. American Legion Baseball, what a tradition. You look at some of the great players over the years, current players, good pitchers, obviously for San Francisco. Right now, one of the top pitchers in the NL. Swung on and missed, tags him for the second out on the strikeout. So it's going to be Ryan Guerin, the center fielder, stepping to the plate, and potentially Tom Hefner. Ryan Guerin very excited. Told us several times they are playing for that trophy. Very excited to be here. First pitch is in the dirt, blocked nicely by the catcher. Very good fundamental catcher that we're seeing here for the Patriots. So far, we've seen a couple of nice blocks. And the way you tell is the way that he switches his weight and able to block that and really keep his body down on it. Next pitch is going to be a ball. It's now 2-0. Just missing outside, quickly going to 3 balls and no strikes. So Quentin Crum doing a good job behind the plate. This pitch blocked again. 4 straight pitches, 4 straight balls, and it's a 2-out potential rally here for Skyview. So Guerin watching 4 straight pitches, and now it's Tom Hefner coming to the plate. We saw that in the last game, a lot of 2-out rallies being displayed. Never say die. First pitch is inside for a ball, and it's now 1-0. 5 straight pitches, 5 straight balls delivered so far by Austin Ray in this inning. Next pitch is going to be outside, actually catches the corner, paints the black, and now it's even at 1-1. So the drought is over. Still probably being a little bit careful here is Austin Ray. 1-1 pitch, taken for strike 2. It's now 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. So Hefner looking to move his runner over. Next pitch going to be high. So we'll see at potentially a full count. Actually, they're calling it 2-2. Right field is wide open. Next pitch is fouled away. Good battle going on. As we mentioned in the last webcast, a lot of coaches really try to get their batters to take a strike. The idea is you want to try to get the pitch count up and get the pitchers tired early. 2-2 pitch on the waved at for strike 3. So some good pitching by Austin Ray, just stepping right back in there and striking out the final batter. So after 2 in the books, no score. You're watching the Invitational, the Bash Tournament, here from Vista Peak High School, the game of the week on Radioactive 24/7 Sports. We will take a timeout. Top half of the 3rd inning. Good to have you along. It's the game of the week, and we are at the Bash Invitational Tournament. This is the championship game. In case you missed it, it is George Washington against Skyview. And so far, we are seeing more of a defensive game and a good pitching game. It was Austin Ray coming through with some nice pitching to get the strikeout to finish out the side for George Washington. So Washington set. And they are ready to get things going here and try to get something on the board here as we enter into the 3rd inning. As we had mentioned, American Legion Baseball really on the rise. In fact, it was reported this year for the 2016 registration that the number of teams participating across America is up. Numbers reported is 3,786 teams are playing across the nation for American Legion Baseball at all levels, starting at age 13 up to 19. First pitch taken for a ball. It's now 1-0. So it's Evan Strand taking a strike, evening it at 1-1, followed by Tyler Ray, and then it's Noah Corton, the center fielder. Next pitch is waved at for a strike. Nelson just blowing it by him, and then now the count goes to 1-2. Nelson set, delivers, curveball, chin music, misses. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. With so many different baseball leagues that are out there, people trying club ball, trying Connie Mack, which are very good programs. American Legion over the years, I won't say has taken a hit, but understandably people try different things. But now you see almost a resurgence of American Legion baseball. Next pitch is going to be a slow roller to Nelson. Easy play at first, and he gets the first out. So Nelson coming with the off-speed pitch, gets the ground out, and there's one down. A lot of left-handed hitters that we're seeing here for George Washington. So it's Tyler Ray, the left fielder, stepping to the plate. And then it's Noah Corton, the center fielder. Very good outfield that George Washington has. Very good anticipation following the ball. Nelson delivers, ball one. Gary Stone, who is the chairman for American Legion Baseball, we're talking about the national chairman, said really it's a great testament to the hard work and dedication from the staff, and a lot of this is done by volunteers. Has really helped to get the registration numbers up. Next pitch is low. Count goes to 2-1. And if you look at what the type of people that are volunteering, it's not only the parents, but a lot of the veterans who have already served us by serving in the military and protecting us. So you see a lot of veterans at American Legion baseball games, and the service continues. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, no runs. Very tight ball game here for this championship. It's going to come down to a few plays, really. Next pitch just missing, and he walks him. So Tyler Ray with a good eye, and it's going to be Noah Corton, followed by Henry Hoffman. Infield is playing up, looking force play at second, potentially looking for a double. First pitch taken for a strike, put a little extra on that. Actually just missing, calling it ball one. Looked like it went right over the plate. Man on first, 1 out. Nelson delivers, just missing outside. Count goes to 2-0. Nelson put a little more heat on this. You can see getting a little more aggressive with the fastball. We've seen him mix up the speeds, go to a changeup and a curve. He's gotten a few ground outs that way. Moved to first, not in time. Both teams looking to get that first punch in, if you will. Get the first big blow in. 2-0 pitch is going to be in the dirt, dug out nicely by Guggenmoss. So the count goes to 3-0. We will see if Quarton is taking. Generally, that's what they do with 3-0. But when you have a good hitting team like this, looking bunny pulls back. There's the throw to second. We'll see it's going to be a little bit late. He bounced it to the shortstop. So the runner advances, and now with 1 out, an opportunity for Washington to get on the board. You will see both teams, when they get on, looking to steal and be very aggressive on the base paths. Next pitch, and he walks him. So now there are 2 men on, 1 out, and a golden opportunity here for the Patriots to get on the board first. It's going to be a conference on the mound. Ben Nelson going to go out and talk to his pitcher. When we had a chance to visit with Ben Nelson after their first game here today, Ben said he is not the normal coach. He's one of the parents, obviously was a baseball player. Did not make his high school team initially, but kept working at it to the point where he made his college team, got some baseball time in with his college team. So that will tell you how much love he has for the game and the dedication to the game. And you can see, he said several of these players that he has coached over the past few years grew up in Little League, and now they're playing together here on Skyview, and you can see that chemistry. So Nelson is going to stay in. Of course, he's had a good ball game so far. He's a battler. Probably more words of encouragement more than anything else. So it's Henry Hoffman Stepping to the plate, he's the cleanup hitter. Men at first and second, 1 out. Nelson delivers. Nice pitch at the knees on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. So the encouragement worked. Nelson back in the game, back in the groove, 0-1. There's the move to second. Wow, that was a diving save by the shortstop for Skyview. Nice play, because if that had gotten away from him, potentially not only could he move to third, but who knows, maybe even headed home, because the ball would have been a slow roller to center field. 0-1 pitch on the way. It's hit. It's going to be to the shortstop. It gets over the shortstop's head, so another base hit. They will wave him in. Here comes the throw, and it's not in time. They go to third, so Washington, on a base hit by Hoffman, gets the first run on the board. So Henry Hoffman just getting a little fly ball just barely out of the reach of the shortstop. And the first run crosses the plate here for George Washington. Men at the corners, still 1 out. Michael Goober looking to keep the rally going. Next pitch is inside, and it's 1-0. We'll see if there's a play on here as far as sending the runner at first, and we'll see how the defense reacts to that. 1-0 pitch puts a little extra on it, gets the strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1. So 1 run is in here in the top half of the third inning. It's George Washington in the lead. 1-1 pitch, just missing. Count goes to 2-1. You can watch a rebroadcast of this as much as you want on radioactive247sports.com. It'll be on our website about 2 hours after this game. We will also put it on our Facebook site. So if you go to our Facebook site, if you like what you see, just give us the old like button. There goes the runner to second. We expected that. Hit and run, fly ball to left field. Runner at third is tagging. A run will score, so a nice deep fly ball. And another run scores. So a couple of timely hits and some good base running, and George Washington now has a 2-0 lead. So Michael Goober hitting it deep to left field allows the runner to tag up and score. Now it's Bobby Abeta looking to try to keep this rally going with 2 outs. First pitch on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Both teams well coached. This has been fun watching both teams in previous games and now facing each other here in the finale. 0-1 pitch is outside, and it's now even at 1-1. Abeta, plenty of power, plenty of size, looks at a ball, and it's now 2-1 on the outside corner. So Nelson being careful here, doesn't want to give up another run, down by 2. Skyview, one of those teams, very, very competitive. They can come back. We've seen them do it. 2-1 pitch gets past Guggenmoss, bounces off of his glove, so the runner advances to second. Just a little bit outside, and Guggenmoss was looking at the runner. Easy to do. A little loss of concentration, bounced on the edge of his glove. So the runner does advance. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 runs are in. Nelson set at the belt. And he walks him. So really Nelson, who has done a very good job so far, giving up a couple of hits and now the 2 runs and some walks. So again, when you're walking guys and then of course they're able to pick it up, very tough here for Skyview to try to get that final out so far. Very scrappy team here in George Washington. So it's the catcher, Quentin Crum, stepping to the plate. First pitch taken for a ball. Man on first and second. Nelson in the dirt with the next pitch, blocked nicely by Guggenmoss. Both catchers doing a good job back there as far as keeping their body in front of, I won't say wild pitches, but pitches in the dirt. They're not really extremely wild where you have to dive for something to knock it down. 2-0 pitch on the way, a little bit low, taking it to 3-0. Looking bunt here. Pulls back, takes a strike on the inside corner, a little decoy. We have seen Washington so far with 2 very good bunts in this ball game. Good bat control. 3-1 pitch on the way, taken for a strike. Now it's a full count. So Nelson battling right back. Short memory. Battling back, trying to get out of this inning with 2 runs. There goes the runner. Pitch is fouled away. Count still remains full. So American Legion is a national institution that is really, if you think about it, has thrived through World War, through several national tragedies and times of prosperity, as well as great despair. They've been there to help this country besides the veterans so far. And really, they are founded on traditional values, which they really try to instill, the lessons of civics that we see. So he walks the catcher. Now we have bases loaded. American Legion really big on team sportsmanship. They really push that, and citizenship for these players. Some of the things that really you think about it is something that we constantly need to hear as citizens of America. So bases are loaded. First pitch is tipped into the catcher's glove. Guggenmoss hangs on to it, and it's 0-1. So Brandon Elias, potentially Lyman Sneed. 0-1 pitch dug out by Guggenmoss. Count evens at 1-1. So Elias, the second baseman, looking to really cash in here with the bases loaded, 2 out rally monkeys. Nelson, next pitch is fouled away. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Let's see who is the historian here. We'll give you a little quiz here and see how much you know. If you are somebody that's listening or watching today, can you guess when the first American Legion Baseball World Series was held? Not only the location, but also the year. It will surprise you. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Elias looking to cash it in. Keep this rally going. Base hit, scores 1, if not 2. Next pitch is in the dirt. Guggenmoss knocks it down. You can see reacting very quickly from behind the plate, keeps it in front of him. So the runner does not advance. It's now 2-2. Good play by Guggenmoss. Two-two pitch delivered. And is now taking it to a full count at 3-2. So Nelson teasing the batter Elias with a close pitch on the outside corner. Next pitch is hit. Second baseman is there. Makes the catch for the final out. But 2 runs are in on a couple of hits. And the end of, after 2.5 innings, it's 2-0, George Washington. You are watching the Invitational, the Bash tournament here at Vista Peak High School. We will take a timeout.
Established in 1979, Rick's Furniture has been providing quality new and used furniture with no pushy salespeople. Customers travel from all over northern Colorado and Wyoming to Rick's Furniture, who offers top-of-the-line service, prices, and a variety of furniture. Call them today at 970-352-5560. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and close on Sundays, 970-352-5560. Rick's Furniture.
Welcome back to Vista Peak High School. We're in the bottom half of the third inning. It's a 2-0 ball game. George Washington on top. First pitch is hit to center field, right field. Center fielder ranging over, makes the catch for the first out. So it's Josh Nelson flying out to center field, followed by Dylan Guggenmoss, and then it's Joseph Pippin. So some timely hitting by George Washington, taking advantage. Getting some good hits. Of course, some walks helped the effort as well. And they put a 2 spot up in the top half of the third inning. So Guggenmoss looking to get on, has power. We saw that earlier in the ball game, hitting a triple, which turned in basically into a home run on a missed throw at third. But clearly had a stand-up triple. 1-0 pitch on the way, waved at for a strike, and it's now even at 1-1. So Guggenmoss did a very good job of blocking several pitches. Of course, we've seen him already with the pop-up catch and going to first base, trying to double it off. Doing a good job behind the plate today. 1-1 pitch, and it's hit deep to left field. Left fielder going back. It's going to get over his head. It'll go up against the fence. Guggenmoss standing with a double. So you could see the pitch was right over the plate. It was about thigh high, and he pulled it right over the left fielder's head, and it was screaming. So a 1-out double, and Skyview is in business. So it's Joseph Pippin, followed by the pitcher Gabe Nelson. We knew we were going to see some bats start rumbling here fairly soon. We already saw it in the last inning with George Washington. Now it's Skyview's turn. Next pitch hammered to center field. Center fielder is there, jumps up and makes a catch. Came in about 2 to 3 steps and then just jumped up and made a catch. And quickly there's 2 outs. But you can see Skyview now really starting to time the ball with a couple of loud hits, one of them for a double and the other for an out. So it's Gabe Nelson stepping to the plate. Nelson looking to help his effort. First pitch is hit hard down the left field line, and it's foul. Wow, they're starting to really tee off here. And with the wind swirling, if you get it up and you get it far enough up, it could send it out of here. So a long strike, and it's 0-1. So Austin Ray, who really has done a very good job using the slider curveball, if you will, a little bit of an off-speed pitch, has been getting him up, and now you can see Skyview starting to react to that. Next pitch is hit to left field. Left fielder racing in center field. It drops, so a run will score. Both fielders looking at each other. And it's Nelson helping his effort out with a double. So 2 doubles, and now it's a 2-1 ball game. So coming to the plate will be Dane Hopkin, the first baseman. So quickly, there is a conference on the mound. They're going to talk with Ray and see if there's anything wrong. Really, he's just getting his pitches up, and the Skyview is just hammering it right now. We do not see anybody in the bullpen warming up as of yet. So most likely this is just a conference, really just telling his pitcher to get the ball down. Both of these teams, you cannot get your pitches up, they will punish you. Both teams, very good bat control. We've seen that with George Washington earlier. So Ray is going to stay in the ball game. I would have been surprised to see if they had taken him out. So the conference is over. And it is Hopkin looking to extend this with a man, actually it's Nelson standing on second. Another power hitter here for Skyview. First pitch off speed, hits the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Again, Ray is getting that pitch up. You can see that was almost letter high as far as the fastball is concerned. 0-1 pitch. It's going to be a slow roller to Ray. He's going to get out of this. Tosses it and gets the final out, but 1 run is in on 2 doubles. And the score after 3 innings of play, it's 2-1, George Washington. You're watching the Invitational, the Bash tournament here at Vista Peak High School, and we will take a timeout. Welcome back to Vista Peak High School. We are looking at the top half of the 4th inning, 2-1 ball game. George Washington on top, and so far it has been a very well executed game. That's the best way to describe that. Executed offensively, defensively. We've seen some good hitting. We've seen some good fielding. We've seen some very good pitching. So you can see, getting ready, we have a new pitcher. Nelson has been taken out. Going to take a break, and it's Joseph Pippin stepping to the mound. They growing big here at Skyview, located in Highlands Ranch. We did a little homework. So really it's George Washington's turn to try to answer back on the 2 doubles that scored the run in the bottom half of the inning, but they still have the 1-run lead. So stepping to the plate is Lyman Sneed. Sneed, a very good third baseman. We saw him make a tremendous play in the last game against Aurora to get the runner by a step, and very good reactions, has a lot of speed. First pitch taken for a strike, and it's 0-1. Coming out blazing is Pippin, trying to make a statement early. So it's Sneed, followed by the pitcher spot, Austin Ray, and then the top of the lineup in Evan Strand. Quickly, it's 0-2. And we saw that with Sneed last time, took a couple of strikes, and then he ended up striking out. Next pitch taken, and he strikes him out, pulls the string. So some good location, and Pippin with the first out with the strikeout, pulls the string with a curveball. So stepping to the plate will be Evan Strand, the shortstop, and potentially Tyler Ray, the left fielder. So Pippin coming in quickly, getting a strikeout, looking for his next victim. Next pitch is popped up, second baseman and shortstop. There, it's the second baseman that makes the catch for the second out. So you could see good communication by Skyview. That was Josh Nelson making the catch. So there's quickly two down, and you can see Pippin making very quick work here with a couple of quick outs and low pitch count. It's the fourth inning. Good to have you along. Game of the week. First pitch is fouled away. It's 0-1. Big summer here for American Legion, Connie Mack, all the teams around. All the leagues. American Legion, if you're not aware, has championships that start in mid-July for all levels, A, B, C, and D. Next pitch is waved at for a strike, and it's now 0-2. With the regional coming in the first week in August, where 8 states literally participate, and it'll be in Boulder this year. Next pitch is going to be a slow roller to the shortstop. Comes up firing. There's the throw, and he gets him. So it's 1-2-3, and Pippin doing a great job coming in relief. And the score after 3.5 innings, it's 2-1 George Washington. You're watching the championship game here at the Bash Tournament. It's the Invitational at Vista Peak High School. We will take a timeout.
Established in 1979, Rick's Furniture has been providing quality new and used furniture with no pushy salespeople. Customers travel from all over northern Colorado and Wyoming to Rick's Furniture, who offers top-of-the-line service, prices, and a variety of furniture. Call them today at 970-352-5560. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and close on Sundays, 970-352-5560. Rick's Furniture.
Make memories at your next party while making a statement for any occasion with a customized dessert from My Three Cupcakes in Centennial.
I just called to say I love you.
Custom cakes, cookies, cupcakes.
Welcome back to the tournament here. It is the Bash Tournament. We're looking at the bottom half of the fourth inning. First pitch is popped up by Andrew Pippin, and there's one down. It's going to be Tristan Turacek, followed by Ryan Guerin. We understand that there are viewers here from both the state of Washington and Oregon. We want to say hello to Tom and Cheryl Prince watching this game. So hello, and thanks for watching us here on Radioactive. So it's Tristan Turacek, followed by Ryan Guerin. There's one down. It's 2-1. George Washington on top. This is the championship game. First pitch is low for a ball, and it's now 1-0. Ray still in the ball game, doing a good job. Next pitch is taken high, and it's now 2 balls and no strikes. Really, you look at how Ray has stayed in. Every time he's gotten in trouble, he's either made a very good pitch to get a strikeout or there's been a very good defensive play by his fielders. Delivers one across the plate for a strike, and it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Been a warm day here at Vista Peak in Aurora, Colorado. Cloud cover starting to come over. We are liking it. It's cooling us off nicely here for the evening game. Next pitch, two pitches, 2 strikes, and it's now even at 2-2. So you got to like the character that you're seeing here with Austin Ray for George Washington. Coming right back after 2 balls, delivers 2 strikes. Next pitch is hammered down the third base line. That was tomahawked. So Turacek coming through with a base hit. There was no way the third baseman could get to that. Not even Vinny Castilla for the Rockies could do that one. So it's a 1-out single, and Skyview looking to get it going here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Ryan Guerin stepping to the plate, the center fielder, followed by Tom Hefner. Scrappy team here from Skyview. Both teams very well coached. Really, you can see they were schooled in the fundamentals, and we're talking about fundamental baseball, meaning where they think things through. Or shall we call it situational baseball? That's one thing that coaches really push in the off season. What do you do with the ball if it's hit to you in certain situations? Thinking it through. Both teams very well schooled in that. Next pitch is popped up. Second baseman is there to make the catch, and there's 2 down. So Guerin flying out to the second baseman, and it's going to be Tom Hefner to try to move over Turacek and keep this rally going. We're going to try to get some interviews, post-game interviews. And we will also try to see if we can get the chairman of Colorado American Legion Baseball or the president to come over and say some words. First pitch to Hafner is a ball. It's high, and it's 1-0. So tomahawking a 1-out single with Turacek standing on first. One of those bad ball hitters hitting a nice clean base hit. Next pitch is hit to the first baseman for the final out, so that will do it. So one man is left stranded, and after 3.5 in the books, it's a 2-1 ball game. George Washington on top. You're watching the Invitational, the Bash Tournament from Vista Peak High School, and we will take a timeout. Welcome back to Vista Peak High School. We are entering into the top half of the fifth inning already. 2-1 ball game. First pitch delivered by Joseph Pippin. It's strike. It swung on and missed. And we are seeing a very good fundamental baseball game here this afternoon. Today's game is brought to you by Colorado American Legion Baseball. Among several. Next pitch is popped up, fouled away, and it's quickly 0-2. And we have a special guest that we wanted to say hello to, and it's Sergeant Major Hefner. Is that correct, sir?
That's correct, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much for, first of all, for serving our country. And secondly, you have a son that's playing out here today.
I do, and thank you for your respect for my service. It's an honor to serve. My son Tom is playing today.
That's awesome. This is so much fun, being able to call this. And, of course, we have some of your fans or friends that are watching this in other states, so we appreciate you saying this. How special is it for you, sir, to have your son playing and watching your son play? It's got to be a great time for you.
Oh, it's the dream of every dad, isn't it? Every American dad to watch his son play baseball.
Yes, sir.
Get a hit, stretch a single into a double.
It's so much fun, you bet. Next pitch is worn by the batter. So there, with one out, there is a man on. And George Washington looking to get something going here in the top half of the fifth inning. So really the key here is you will see Skyview looking to look double play. You will see the infield looking to go force at second. And coming to the plate is Michael Goober, followed by Bobby Abeta. So you had a busy day, sir, today. What were you doing? What does your typical day look like as a sergeant major? What did you have to do today?
Well, today we spent the day doing annual weapons qualifications. So we spent a...
Next pitch is going to be a base hit to right field. So the rally is on. Runner will advance to third. So they're men on first and third with one out. So George Washington making a rally here in the top half of the fifth inning. But you were mentioning you were doing some qualifications today?
Yes, sir. We were qualified with both the M9 pistol and the M16A2 rifle.
Wow. Okay. So it sounds like a lot of work out there, especially on a hot day.
It was a hot day laying right in the sun on the rifle range, sir.
So how many, was that you personally, or did you have a bunch of soldiers with you and you were training them?
It was my whole unit, so I qualified as well as everyone in the unit. We had about 120 qualifiers today, sir.
So what does that take to do? First pitch is taken for a ball. Runner does advance, so now you have men at second and third. So to qualify, I mean, this is not, you guys really are sharpshooters. What does it take to qualify to be able to move on and get your certification, if you will?
With the M16A2, sir, it's 40 rounds, targets from 50 to 300 meters, and you have to hit at least 23 of the 40 targets.
Wow, okay. Next pitch is waved at for a strike.
I can tell you the 300 meters hard to hit.
I will trust you on that.
That's about 900 feet.
Oh, my goodness, wow, okay. So do you mind me asking what your score was?
I had 38 out of 40, sir.
I'm glad you were protecting us. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir.
Next pitch is outside, and it's 1-1. So now, do you get to see your son play a lot during the season, or what's your schedule look like? I know you're dressed in your fatigues there today, so do you get a chance to see your son play very often, or are you out training a lot of people?
I get to see him quite a bit. I've probably seen, between the high school season and this season, probably seen about 15 baseball games.
That's fantastic.
It is.
That's great.
I make a strong effort toward it.
And it really makes a difference. Yeah.
I agree.
1-1 pitch on the way, going to be low. And now the count goes to 2-1. So you have men on second and third with one out. We're in the top half of the fifth inning. George Washington against Skyview. And we will say a couple more things with you, Sergeant. I know I want to let you go and enjoy your ball game. So next pitch is going to be outside, and it's now 3-1. So as far as the Army is concerned, and I don't want to get into all the details. I mean, there's some things you just can't say. How, as far as honor, I mean, my dad served in World War II, and that's why I'm here. I want to make sure that we're serving you guys.
That's great.
And so really it's a matter of honor. And everybody that I've worked with that have been in the Army, I had a boss that was a tank commander, one of the most honorable, most honest people I've ever met. I really enjoy working with military, and that's something you guys really push in the military, isn't it?
Yes, sir. We preach duty, honor, country all the time.
And it really shows, because honestly, I really enjoy when I have a boss that has been in the service, whether it's been Air Force or in this case, he was an Army gentleman that really just he was a pleasure to work with.
Oh, good deal. I'm glad to hear that, sir.
Well, Sergeant Major, thank you for stopping by and thank you for just saying a few words to us.
Thank you, sir. Can I say one more thing?
You say what you like. Yes,
My
please.
twin brother is redeploying from Afghanistan today after being there for 16 straight months.
Wow.
He's coming home today. It's going to take him about a week to get all the way back.
I bet there's
but
going to be a
he's on the way.
celebration for you guys.
Oh, a big celebration, sir.
Now, you know what? I want you to know that, and I'm going to make sure you get a card. You can watch this game as much as you like, and your brother can watch this. It's free. Oh, yeah, I'll make sure that you get the information. It'll be released in about 2 hours, so your brother can watch this game.
That's great. Thank you,
Very
sir.
good. Sir, thank you so much for visiting
Thank you
with
very
us. We
much.
sure appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
And again, thank you for your service.
It's an honor to serve.
It is Sergeant Major Hefner here visiting and watching his son playing a very good ball game. It's a 2-1 ball game, and we are with 1 out, 2 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch is waved at, and the count goes now to 2-2. Sergeant Major Hefner, wow. Doing a great job training the troops and enjoying a ball game here this afternoon. Next pitch is bounced. We'll see how they call this. He foul tipped it on a bunt attempt, meaning the catcher for George Washington. You could actually hear it hitting his helmet, but he's okay, and it's a foul ball. So it's now 0-2. Bases are loaded. Washington is threatening. Infield is up and looking for the force at home and looking for the double play. We saw that earlier with Nelson. Good curveball, waves at it, and he gets him to strike out, so there's 2 down. So Pippin doing a great job coming in with a big breaking ball. And now with bases loaded, there are 2 outs. So it's Brandon Elias stepping to the plate, looking to put some more runs across the plate. Next pitch is going to be a slow roller, diving, and it's a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes the throw, not in time. So 2 runs are in. Elias with a big single, knocking in 2 runs. So it's a 4-1 ball game. George Washington on top. Brennan Elias just waiting on that, hits it in the hole between the shortstop and the third baseman, and knocks in 2 runs. So stepping to the plate is Lyman Sneed, the third baseman. Next pitch is going to be high, and it's now 1-0. So Pippin getting touched up here for a couple of runs. One-0 pitch on the way, waved at for a strike, and it evens it up at 1-1. Great ball game here between these 2 teams. Both teams doing a good job of getting the bat on the ball, playing fundamental baseball here this afternoon. Crowd getting a good treat. Next pitch is swung on and missed, and it's now 1-2. So Lyman looking to touch this one up and continue to add more runs across the board. Men on first and second. Going to be a conference on the mound here. Coach is staying in, so this is a players' conference. Keep in mind, as we mentioned, George Washington with a very good basketball team. We had the opportunity to call a playoff game, and they did a terrific job in their first playoff game beating Greeley West earlier this year. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 men on. 2 runs are in. Strikes him out. But before that happens, a big hit by Brennan Elias knocking in a couple of runs. So after 4.5 in the books, it's a 4-1 ball game. George Washington on top. You're watching the game of the week here from Vista Peak High School. We will take a timeout.
Make memories at your next party while making a statement for any occasion with a customized dessert from My 3 Cupcakes in Centennial.
I just called to say
custom cakes, cookies, cupcakes, party sweets, and favors that are both mouth-watering and visual that will fit your budget. Email Nina at my3cupcakes@hotmail.com for a free estimate or find her on Facebook.
Welcome back to Vista Peak. It is the bottom half of the 5th inning, and it's Nelson stepping up to the plate. Ray is in the ball game doing a terrific job of battling for George Washington. Washington in the top half of the inning getting 2 runs in on a single by Elias. So again, you can see now it is a 4-1 bulge. And Ray looking to put a lid here on some scoring. Next pitch by Nelson is fouled away. Do not count this Skyview team out. A lot of power, as we saw in the last inning, balls being sent over fielders' heads, and I mean left field and center field. So this is a team that can explode quickly. Do not count them out. Good game here for the championship for the Bash tournament. Next pitch is just missing, and the count goes to 2-1 strike. We understand that we have one of the players, we believe it's a mother that's in the hospital watching today. We want to say hello to you and thanks for watching this game on Radioactive. Count evens with the strike at 2-2. Nelson watching, waiting, looking for his pitch. And we'll see if he goes around. They call him out, that they said that his wrist did break, so he strikes out. So there's 1 down.
Do it again. Just like last time.
So Nelson, who hit a double last time, strikes out, and is now Dane Hopkin. Actually, check that. It is the catcher Guggenmosh stepping to the plate. First pitch taken for a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. Guggenmosh having a good tournament. Lively bat, good behind the plate. 0-1 pitch going to be high, took a little bit off, and is now even at 1-1. 1 out. Bottom half of the 5th inning, 4-1 George Washington. Skyview looking to get something going. Still got a couple of at-bats. We found out there is no time limit on this game. Next pitch dug out nicely by the catcher for George Washington, and the count goes to 2-1. As we've mentioned in these webcasts, hardest thing to do is to block a pitch, especially shifting that weight. 2-1 strike. Ray delivers. It's going to be a slow roller, as good as a bunt. Here comes the throw. It's going to be high. So Guggenmosh gets on an errant throw. And you could see Sneed was right there, very quick from his third base position. Just threw it a little bit high, and so Guggenmosh is standing on first. So 1 man on, 1 out. Coming to the plate is Joseph Pippin. Of course, he has stepped up and originally was playing at the shortstop position, now pitching. There goes the runner. The throw to second is going to be a little bit late, so the runner advances. Nothing wrong with the leg speed of the catcher, Dylan Guggenmosh. Usually catchers are not known for speed, but he steals second. So Guggenmosh standing on second. There's 1 out. Opportunity here for Pippen. Hammers it. Base hit. So we'll see if they send him. Here comes the runner. The throw is going to be behind. So Skyview on a double adds one on the board. It's now a 4-2 ball game. So we'll see a timeout. There's going to be a conference on the mound. And we'll see how long Ray is allowed to stay in this ball game. They're going to take him out. But a valiant effort by Ray, Austin Ray, really coming through with some big pitches, getting strikeouts, and he's going to take a seat after a very good effort. So we'll see who they bring in here. And we will get a name and a number here for you. As I mentioned earlier, in kind of a trivia quiz, the question was, when was the first American Legion World Series and where was that? So the very first one held was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 1926. You heard it correctly. Very first American Legion World Series. As you recall, American Legion was started in 1925. And it was Yonkers New York Post 321 beating the team from Pocatello, Idaho in that game. So a little bit of history there of American Legion baseball. As we mentioned, the teams have really, and the league itself has grown. 3,786 American Legion baseball teams taking the field this summer in 2016. Over 70,000 players, you heard that correctly, playing this summer for American Legion. And a total of 28 states are expected to reach their last year's totals, if not exceed those totals, including Colorado. So the warm-up pitches are completed. First pitch is waved at. We'll see if they call a strike or not. Apparently they did not call his hands going around. So it's 1 ball and no strikes. So standing on second is the runner for Skyview. 1 out. Cat and mouse. Play is not on. Timeout is taken. So it's Jesse Clevin who is on the mound here for George Washington, stepping in relief here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Austin Ray with a very good performance. Clevin set at the belt, timeout taken. A little bit of a head game here. Gabe Nelson stepping out. Nelson, of course, started the game on the mound, and then it's been Joseph Pippen who stepped in to relieve him, and now Nelson playing shortstop. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, 4-2 ball game, 1 run is in. Next pitch taken for a strike, and it's now 1-1. Fastball. Both pitchers on these two teams that have come in relief, very good fastballs, and we've seen some pretty lively curveballs to go with that fastball. 1-1 pitch on the way is going to be an off-speed pitch. It's a little bit high and inside. It's now 2-1. Mike Ray along with Joe Ortner, Josh Duncan on cameras, Warren Ray producing. Good to have you along. Vista Peak High School. It's the championship game for the Bash. It's going to be a high chopper to the third baseman, Snead, and it's in the dirt, so it gets away from the first baseman. A run will score coming in from second. And Skyview is back in this ball game, and it's now a 4-3 ball game. So Snead was there on the high chopper. The ball was a little bit low in the dirt. First baseman not able to handle it, and another run will score. There's 2 in the inning. So coming to the plate will be Dane Hopkins, the first baseman. Still 1 out. Umpires really earning their money this weekend with the temperatures being in the 90s starting on Thursday. We're going to run through some numbers here. We're just going to keep it right here during the break, and we're going to give some numbers so you can get an idea of how this tournament has fared and how these two teams got here. Cleven's pitch is low. There's the throw to second. If it's in time, it's not. So Nelson steals second, some aggressive base running. Setting the table here for a potential base hit. So base hit will score potentially a run here. 1 out. Cleven's pitch is fouled away. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Nelson, being very aggressive on the base pad, steals it. And the heat is on, basically. So Hopkins waiting. Looking for his pitch. It's hit. It's going to be a base hit. Pulls it to right field. Here comes Nelson, and he's got plenty of speed. Throw's going to be off, so it's now a tie ball game. They're going to get Hopkins at second. Hopkins trying to take another base. Gets thrown out. Good play by Washington. So now there's 2 outs, but it's a tie ball game at 4-4. So a hit to right field, just pulling the ball. And Nelson, you could see that speed rounding third, and it is all knotted up at 4. We told you that the bats were going to erupt sooner or later, and here they are. Cleven's pitch is in the dirt, blocked nicely, and it's 1-0. So Andrew Pippin looking to keep this rally going, followed by Turacek. Turacek okay already with a tomahawk single earlier. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 3 runs are in. One ball, 1 strike. Again, ball in the dirt. Catchers really pay their dues. You can see the catcher shaking that one off, taking it off of his throwing hand. One of those things when after a ball game you start finding bruises where you didn't even think you got hit. You go to take a shower and you start seeing all these black and blue marks if you're a catcher. Fouled it away off the stands, and the count goes to 1-2. So trotting back to take another hack at it is Andrew Pippin. Good battle here so far in this ball game. We kind of expected this between these two teams. Good pitching, good hitting, good fielding. Inside, and he paints the black, strikes him out. So very good pitching by Jesse Cleven to strike him out and end it. But before that, 3 runs are in. After 5 in the books, it's a 4-4 ball game. We are all knotted up. You're watching the finals. You're watching the championship here from Vista Peak in the Bash tournament, and we will take a timeout. Welcome back to Vista Peak High School. We're entering into the top half of the 6th inning, and you see it correctly. This is a dandy going on here. Skyview coming back in the bottom half of the 5th inning, adding 3 runs, and it's all knotted up at 4. So now it is George Washington's turn to try to answer back. Joseph Pippin delivers first pitch, and it looks like it's low for a ball, and it's now 1-0. In just a moment, we're going to have a special shout out, and we will alert you to that in just a moment. 1-0 pitch taken for a strike across the plate, and it's now 1-1 with a fastball. So a very competitive ball game. You can't ask for a better final here from Vista Peak for the Bash. Next pitch is low and in the dirt, and the count goes to 1-1. Actually, check that. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Pippin delivers. It's a low rolling hit just past the third baseman. And that pitch looked like it was going to be at his shoe tops, basically golfing it for a base hit. Wow, good bat control, earning a base hit, getting it past the third baseman. And in the top half, it's George Washington answering back quickly with 1 man on and nobody out. So you can see the move, and getting back is the base runner in timely fashion. There goes the throw. It's going to be wide, so the runner steals. So now with nobody out, George Washington looking to answer. Base hit could potentially score a run here. So Joseph Pippin, we have to say their first names because there's 2 Pippin brothers playing in this game. Throw gets away. Center fielder is there to back up on the throw to second to try to pick off the runner. But the runner does not advance. So it's Evan Strand that's on second. And it's Tyler Ray doing the battling here, playing left field. There's a bunt attempt. It's a pop-up. Pippin gets it. On the pop-up, gets the first out, was looking to try to force it at second, but the runner, Strand, gets back in time. So as we wait for the batter to come up, we want to do a special shout-out. And the shout-out goes to Colonel Eric Hefner, who is flying in from Kabul today. And we understand that, Colonel, we want to thank you for your service as well. And he will get a chance to watch the replay. Next pitch is hit, and it's hit deep. It's going to go to the wall, up the gap. 1 run will clearly score. Rounding second, going to third. We'll see where the throw is, and it's a stand-up triple. So some very timely hitting by Noah Corton. You can see him in your picture. Number 2, hitting it up the gap. And just like that, George Washington answers. And it's now a 5-4 ball game, and there's 1 out. So it's Henry Hoffman now stepping to the plate. Nice bunt. They're going to score. They get the outs on Hoffner, but again, it's a very well executed bunt, and the runner was coming in on the squeeze play. And so now it's a 6-4 ball game. So we have, again, a special shout out to Colonel Eric Hefner and, of course, his brother, Sergeant Major Hefner, who we interviewed earlier. And we asked Sergeant Major, I said, do you have to salute your brother? And he goes, yeah. He laughed when he said that. So it's nice to hear, again, these veterans and these, actually in this case, people who are currently serving, getting to watch this game here this afternoon. So an opportunity here for Washington to try to get a little bit more. Next pitch curveball is inside, and it's now 1-1 with 2 outs. 6-4 ball game. Answering right back is the Patriots with 2 runs in the ball game in this inning. Pippen delivers, going to be high. So Goober watching that one sail. Watches it for a ball. It's now 2-1. Michael, of course, got a big hit earlier in the ball game. Next pitch is outside, and it's now 3-1. So Pippen in the first inning that he entered did very well. Next pitch is hit to Nelson. Nelson comes up firing, and they get him for the final out. But as we mentioned, 2 runs are in, and it's a 6-4 ball game after 5.5 in the books. You're watching the Invitational Bash tournament here at Vista Peak. We will take a timeout. Welcome back to Vista Peak High School. It's the bottom half of the 6th inning. This game is winding down. George Washington answering back in the top half of the inning. And it's a 6-4 ball game. So Skyview looking to answer right back. Clevin's pitch is fouled away. So it's Turacek followed by Guerin, and then it's Hefner, Tom Hefner. Going to give you some more information about what American Legion does and how they assist the youth of America, as we mentioned earlier. There are 72,000 youth ages 13 to 19. There's a slope roller, and it's hard play for the second baseman. And so is Turacek getting on with nobody out. So Skyview looking to answer right back. If you look at what American Legion has done over the history, 10 million players have played since 1925. That's correct. 10 million players. Nearly 60% of the current college players are program graduates from American Legion. Next pitch is taken for a strike on the outside corner. And it's 0-1. So Ryan Guerin looking to move over Turacek with nobody out. No balls, 1 strike. Next pitch is waved at, and it's now quickly 0-2. So it's Guerin followed by Hefner and potentially Josh Nelson. Clevin's 0-2 pitch is waved at, strikes him out. So a big strikeout, and there's 1 down. So it's Tom Hefner followed potentially by Josh Nelson. So there's 1 down. Turacek is standing on first base. Hefner looking to move him over. First pitch is high, and it's ball 1. Some other scores for the C League in American Legion Baseball. In the Metro League, and actually we'll just give you some standings, not scores. Rock Canyon are 4-0. Academy Wildcats are 3-0. Rock Canyon Jaguars C1 team is 5-0. The Storm is 1-0. Prospect Ridge is 0-5. Jefferson Academy 0-4. Faith Christian at 0-3. Hefner waves at a pitch. So Cleven gets the strike and even it up at 1-1. And then it's Vista Peak at 0-1. So the league is very much underway. You can go to calb.org to find out more on the standings. Hefner fouls this one away. It will be out of play. So the count goes to 1-2. In the Denver Metro South League, the Aurora Renegades, who we just saw play against Skyview, and that was against George Washington, a great ball game. They are now 5-2. Eagle Crest Post 1 is 1-1. Elizabeth has not played, along with Vista SDBA. Platte Canyon has not played. Englewood Pirates have not played. 1-2 pitch on the way. It's going to be knocked down nicely, keeping the ball in front of him. That was a great stop by the catcher for George Washington. Literally knocked that down on a bounce. You can see him diving. And they kept Turacek at first base. 6-4 ball game, 1 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch is taken for a ball and is now a full count. So you can see Hefner being very selective here. As the old saying goes, a good eye by Tom. Full count pitch, it's hit, and it's hit to left field. Left fielder comes up, makes the catch for the second out. So Hefner giving it a ride to left field, but not able to deliver the base hit. So there's 2 down. Coming to the plate will be Josh Nelson, the second baseman. Six to 4 ball game. Turacek standing on first with 2 outs. Coming to the plate or actually on deck, is Dylan Guggenmosh, the catcher. Next pitch is hit. It's a slow roller. Third baseman and the shortstop bounces off the shortstop's glove. So Josh Nelson getting on first base, and it's Guggenmosh who can send this one for a long ride. He gives this one a ride, and this game could be tied up. So as we wait for Guggenmosh, in C, Northern Brushes leads the league at 2-0. Monarch Coyotes tied with them at 2-0. Boulder at 1-0, Fairview at 5-1, Eaton at 1-2, Silver Creek at 1-3. First pitch is high, inside to Guggenmosh. It's 1-0. So you can see Nelson standing on first, getting the lead. Looking for an easy play at third for the Force. Timeout is taken by Cleveland. So Guggenmosh, a very dangerous hitter. He gets his pitch and he can send it for a ride. We've seen him do it already in this tournament. 1-0 pitch on the way, waved at for a strike, took a little bit off. Let her high fastball. So it's now even at 1-1. Two men on, 2 outs. Next pitch is inside for a ball. So Guggenmosh understandably being selective. Getting to that interesting part of the ball game where a good play or a good hit could make a huge difference in this tournament. 2-1 pitch, it's hit, it's going to be foul down the left field line. So the count goes even at 2-2. Denver Metro League, and this is the North League, this is the B League. Faith Christian at 1-0, Evergreen Cougars at 2-0, Boulder B Gold at 1-2. Several of the other teams still have not played their first games in that league. Next pitch waved at, swings at a bad one, and Guggenmosh gets out on the strikeout. So after 6 complete in the books, it's a 6-4 ball game. We're just going to keep it right here and give you some more numbers here as we finish this ball game out. We're heading to the top half of the 7th inning. But if you take a look at the Denver Metro South League, Smoky Hill is on top, listed at 2-0. Eagle Crest High School Post 1 at 6-0. SDBA 17 and under at 1-0. Brighton is 0-1. And Skyview Academy Prairie Dogs is 0-2. Looking at B Northern, Fairview is tied with Colorado Chaos out of Brighton, and they're both 2-0. Boulder is at 1-0. Thompson Valley at 6-1. Colorado Gold Sox out of Fossil Ridge is 3-2. Niawot Cougars at 3-3 so far in this early season. Strasburg Indians at 3-3. Pooter and Palas at 1-3. Front Range North Glen at 1-3. Silver Creek has not won a game yet, and Greeley West has not won a game. Pomona has not played. We want to get some of these other league standings in here before this ball game is over. The trophy will be awarded. We'll see who does the award. It might be Daniel Reyes, the chairman, or Lynn Peterson to award the trophy to the winner. The Denver Metro High School A League, Littleton is on top. Of course, they were the host of one of the tournament games here for the Bash. They are at 2-0. Eagle Crest Raptors at 1-0. Overland at 2-1. Smoky Hill Legion A at 2-2. And if you look at the A Elite, it's Monarch at 2-0. Gene Taylor out of Grand Junction, who had a very good showing last year in the State A tournament. They won that. Boulder at 3-1. SDBA Elite at 2-1. Greeley Gojos at 1-1. Front Range at 1-5. Other teams still have not played yet. So it's the top half of the 7th inning. George Washington looking to do some padding before the final at-bats, potentially, for Skyview. So Washington in the last inning putting 2 on the board. That's why they have the 6-4 lead. Next pitch is waved at for a strike. It's now 1-1. So George Washington would love to put some nails on the coffin lid if they can add some more runs. Next pitch is waved at, strike 2. So Noah Corton, who had a big hit earlier, waves at 2. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Next pitch is popped up. Guggenbosch does not have a play. So the count still remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 6-4 lead. There's nobody out, top half of the 7th inning. You're watching the Bash tournament from Vista Peak High School. Clouds clearly setting in, cooling this day off. Next pitch is fouled away down the right field line. So the count still remains at 1-2. We're heading towards 8 o'clock now, so they have to get this one in before it gets dark, but still plenty of light here to finish this one out. It has been a very good tournament, as we reported earlier. Last year there were 7 teams. This year 32. Next pitch is popped up. Going to be out of play. And the ball coming close to us here. Get out the gloves there, Warren, our producer. So a good battle at 1-2. Nobody out. So Pippin's set. Delivers, hits the corner, strikes him out. So there's 1 down. Great location, fastball at the knees on the outside corner, catches him looking. So coming to the plate is the catcher for George Washington, who's had a very good ball game as well today. So it's Quentin Crum coming to the plate, followed by Brandon Elias, of course, who broke this open with the single that brought in 2 RBIs. Pippen delivers, curveball just missing, and it's now 1-0. Today's game brought to you by several, Colorado American Legion Baseball being one of them. Crepes and Creams in the Westlake Shopping Center. Next pitch waved at first strike. It's now 1-2. Rick's Furniture. And in Centennial, My Three Cupcakes. Great cupcakes for almost every occasion. It's Nina Aguirre. As you can see on the commercial that we've been playing, Nina does it for weddings, for just about everything, graduations, which have just passed, birthdays, you name it. So give Nina a call. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Next pitch going to be taken for a strike at the knees, now even it up at 2-2. So Crum being selective here. Next pitch is waved at at slider, gets him out. There's the throw to first, bobbled at first. Again, the throw was a little bit low by the catcher, Guggenmosh, and the first baseman just did not have a chance. Now you can see the discussion here as to whether or not it was in the dirt. Guggenmosh claims that he caught the ball and that it was strike 3. But you could see the runner standing on first, and they're talking about, did he catch the ball or was it in the dirt? And we'll see what the decision is here by Blue. So you will now see a conference between the 2 umpires trying to decide if this is going to be a strike 3 call, or it did on the swing and the miss, was it in the dirt, and the throw being in the dirt was not fielded properly. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and call him out. You see the runner now advancing. Of course, Guggenmosh making his case, and of course, Coach Ben Nelson making their case and winning the call. So now there are 2 outs. So it's Brandon Elias with that big hit in the last inning, producing 2 runs, stepping to the plate. 6-4 ball game. That's why they're enjoying this 2-run lead. First pitch taken inside for a ball. It's now 1-0. So Elias coming through big in the last time at bat, putting George Washington ahead. Next pitch waved at first strike, and it's now 1-1. Mike Ray along with Joe Ortner, Josh Duncan on cameras, Warren Ray producing. Good to have you along. It's the finals here at Vista Peak High School. Next pitch taken for a strike outside corner. Quickly working is Pippen, and he gets 2 strikes. It's now 1-2. Curveball fouled away. Fighting that one off was Elias. Good at bat for Brandon. That was a very good curveball, good location. Tells you about the bat control of Elias there to stay alive. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on. We're in the top half of the 7th inning. Next pitch is hit to left field. Left fielder racing in, and it's Nelson going from his shortstop, going back over the shoulder, makes a beautiful catch to get the final out. So again, after 6.5 in the books, it's a 6-4 ball game. We're just going to keep it right here and give you some more information about American Legion Baseball. American Legion Baseball has a reputation for serving the young people who play for it. College scholarships, leagues annually awards a total of about $25,000 to different players going to college. Usually it works out to about $500 per player that is awarded, and it's based upon leadership, character, scholarship, and financial needs. So American Legion doing the job of serving youth not only in the field and protecting us nationally or internationally, but in this case also helping the youth of America to continue not only their baseball careers but also their academic careers. Diamond Sports already funds $25,000 in scholarships for our Legion Baseball Player of the Year and 8 regional players for the region. So again, American Legion doing a great job of supporting Youth of America. So we're going to enter into the top half of the 7th inning, and it's Skyview looking to answer back, really looking to tie this one up. And it's going to be Joseph Pippin, who has stepped into the pitcher's role, followed by Gabe Nelson, and then it's Dane Hopkin. So Pippin stepping to the plate, gets a ball. It's now 1-0. We're going to do a shout out here in just a moment. It's going to be a high chopper, going to be a tough play. Shortstop comes up. There's the throw. Gets him by half a step. Wow. That was a huge play to get the first out. So we want to do a special shout out to Cassandra that's in the hospital. Cassandra. And getting to watch number 3 for George Washington today. We're getting the report here. So Cassandra, we hope you feel better, and we're glad that you're able to watch the game here today. Next pitch by Nelson is taken inside, and it's now 1 ball and no strikes. So Clevin coming in and doing a great job against a very aggressive hitting team here from Skyview, trying to finish this one out with 1 out. This is the bottom half of the 7th inning. You can see the score. 2-0 pitch is going to be a chopper to the shortstop. Again, tough play. There's the throw, and he's safe. And you could see sliding into first was Nelson, diving to extend that and getting the base hit. So Rally Monkeys are out. We're in the 7th inning. We'll see if Skyview can keep this one alive, down by 2 runs. Nelson doing a terrific job not only on the mound, but you can see with the bat, and scored earlier on a double extending, and you can see that speed. He'll probably be very aggressive here and test the catcher. He already has 1 steal in the ball game. You can see getting back in time is Gabe. Of course, plays shortstop when he's not pitching. 1 out. There goes the runner. We expected that. Here comes the throw. It's going to be behind him, so Nelson gets awarded second. Big jump by Gabe Nelson. So Dane Hopkin now being selective at no balls and 1 strike, looking to get his pitch. Got a base hit last time, and they scored a run. So Hopkin already contributing in this ball game. 0-1 pitch. It's hit to right field. It's deep. And the right fielder's there to make the catch. Tagging up is Nelson. Here comes the throw. Not in time, so Nelson standing on third with 2 outs. So it's down to 2 outs, giving it a ride. You can see as Hopkins as he trots back in. And we will see now how we finish this one out. Again, on the shoulders here. Down to the potentially the final out. So it's going to be Andrew Pippin stepping to the plate. Trying to pick off Nelson, not in time at third. Good move by Clevin. But Nelson right on it as far as good running. And we can see the trophy being set up to be delivered to the winner of this championship. Next pitch is waved at for a strike, and it's now 0-1. So Andrew Pippin trying to extend this, trying to move Nelson in. 6-4 ball game. Nelson standing on third. Next pitch is in the dirt. It's now even at 1-1. Blows one right by him. And just like that, it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes and 2 outs. So Clevin really challenging the batter. Doing a good job. You can see the close-up on Clevin, looking to finish this one out here for George Washington. There's the pitch, waved at, strikes him out, and it's George Washington that takes the championship here at the Bash. So we're going to take a brief timeout, and then we will be back for the rewards ceremony. You're watching the game of the week. George Washington, the winner of the Bash. We'll be right back.
Established in 1979, Rick's Furniture has been providing quality new and used furniture with no pushy salespeople. Customers travel from all over northern Colorado and Wyoming to Rick's Furniture, who offers top-of-the-line service, prices, and a variety of furniture. Call them today at 970-352-5560. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and close on Sundays, 970-352-5560. Rick's Furniture.
Make memories at your next party while making a statement for any occasion with a customized dessert from My Three Cupcakes in Centennial.
I just called to say I love you.
Custom cakes, cookies, cupcakes, party sweets, and favors that are both mouth-watering and visual that will fit your budget. Email Nina at my3cupcakes@hotmail.com for a free estimate or find her on Facebook.
You can see it's Lynn Peterson, the president of Colorado American Legion Baseball. He is going to the runners-up and shaking the hands for Skyview. They put a great effort in today.
Playing participants, our runners-up, of course, and then also our champions, George Washington.
So you can see ready to receive the award is the coach for George Washington. We're going to try to get some interviews here in the post game. And there it is, the big trophy. Well earned by George Washington, coming through and getting the handshake from the president, Lynn Peterson, for Colorado American Legion Baseball. Really, you think about what was done this afternoon. Two very scrappy teams really fighting it out, and really just came down to final hits and some good execution by both teams, but really it was George Washington at the end. And if you really look at it, it was Brandon Elias coming through with that timely single that really made the difference here for Washington and knocking in a couple of runs. So again, a huge victory for the Bash here for George Washington, for the Patriots. And you can see getting ready for their team picture. We're going to try to get an interview here in just a moment. Understandably, they are celebrating. We're shooting here through and trying to get a team picture here, and we'll get the coach and some players over here in just a moment.
Remember, guys, we got pizza over here for you.
And there's also, the good news is that the guys get awarded pizza as well, both teams. So well earned is George Washington walking away with that big trophy, as you can see. And we will try to get some post-game interviews here. You're watching the game of the week. It is George Washington outlasting Skyview. Final score is 6-4. So we're going to take a brief time out here, and we're going to go line up our interviews, and we will talk to the coach and some of the players that want to come over and visit us. We will be right back.
Established in 1979, Rick's Furniture has been providing quality new and used furniture with no pushy salespeople. Customers travel from all over northern Colorado and Wyoming to Rick's Furniture, who offers top-of-the-line service, prices, and a variety of furniture. Call them today at 970-352-5560. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and close on Sundays. 970-352-5560. Rick's Furniture.
Make memories at your next party while making a statement for any occasion with a customized dessert from My Three Cupcakes in Centennial.
I just called to say I love you.
Custom cakes, cookies, cupcakes, party sweets, and favors that are both mouth-watering and visual that will fit your budget. Email Nina at my3cupcakes@hotmail.com for a free estimate or find her on Facebook.
Established in 1979, Rick's Furniture has been providing quality new and used furniture with no pushy salespeople. Customers travel from all over northern Colorado and Wyoming to Rick's Furniture, who offers top-of-the-line service, prices, and a variety of furniture. Call them today at 970-352-5560. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and close on Sundays. 970-352-5560. Rick's Furniture.
Make memories at your next party while making a statement for any occasion with a customized dessert from My Three Cupcakes in Centennial.
I just called to say I love you.
Custom cakes, cookies, cupcakes, party sweets, and favors that are both mouth-watering and visual that will fit your budget. Email Nina at my3cupcakes@hotmail.com for a free estimate or find her on Facebook.
Established in 1979, Rick's Furniture has been providing quality new and used furniture with no pushy salespeople. Customers travel from all over northern Colorado and Wyoming to Rick's Furniture, who offers top-of-the-line service, prices, and a variety of furniture. Call them today at 970-352-5560. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and close on Sundays. 970-352-5560. Rick's Furniture.
Make memories at your next party while making a statement for any occasion with a customized dessert from My Three Cupcakes in Centennial.
I just called to say I love you.
Custom cakes, cookies, cupcakes, party sweets, and favors that are both mouth-watering and visual that will fit your budget. Email Nina at my3cupcakes@hotmail.com for a free estimate or find her on Facebook.
And welcome back. It's the post-game show here at Vista Peak High School, and we have the champions. It is George Washington Patriots, and we have Coach John Iacovetta.
John Iacovetta.
Iacovetta. Yeah. Coach, again, you got to be pleased with what happened here today. A great effort here by your players. A lot of these guys really coming through with some big pitching performances, big hitting, good fielding. Love your outfield. We'll start off there.
Love the outfield. I loved the pitching. These two guys standing here next to me, they got us through these two games today. These are two really good ball clubs that we played today that also threw really well, and they saved it. I thought we had a couple of moments in the outfield that actually cost us a couple of runs today. And these guys were able to bounce back and get us a couple of ground balls and a couple of big strikeouts in key parts of both games, especially that last one that put it away for us.
Well, we mentioned at the beginning of the webcast that really good pitching, good fielding, And hitting, of course, is always important, but really it comes down to defense and pitching.
Yeah.
And that was a prescription for you guys today.
Yep.
Obviously, the pitchers came through and did a terrific job. Of
They
course,
sure
your
did.
starting pitcher, 5 very good innings.
Yeah.
Really battled, getting good strikes just at the right time. And, of course, we'll go ahead and hand it off to you, sir. Go ahead and say your name, and then we'll ask you some questions.
My name is Austin Ray.
Austin, great game today. What's it like facing a team like Skyview? You know you've got guys that are hitting. Were you being careful with them? We saw you went to